So what was your guys' goals in Sunset Overdrive? There's a lot that you guys are doing.
Yeah, we knew right away that we wanted to make a really colorful open world game. We knew we wanted it to be about fun and very much acknowledge that it was a game and just not take itself too seriously. We wanted to have a game that I think harkens back to the idea that games are here to have fun in.
So it seems like the art style has somewhat of a comic book feel. Is there anything else that influenced the art style of it?
We looked a lot at Jamie Hewlett's art, the guy who does Tank Girl and Gorillas. There's an anime, Tech on Concrete, which has a little bit more muted, but very vibrant and very detailed, sort of alternate Tokyo. That when we saw that was a really big inspiration.
You guys are doing a lot with traversal, so explain a little bit about what you can do in Sunset Overdrive.
Let's see, you can bounce all kinds of things. All the cars in the city are bouncy. We got umbrellas, awnings, all that kind of thing. You can grind all over the place, both hanging and over grinding. You can dash on water, where you do this glide along the water. What else can you do? You can wall run, you can air dash, you can do a flip switch where you go from undergrind to overgrind and jump and you fly way up in the air. Got a lot of different moves. A super bounce that unlocks where if you hit jump right as you're hitting a bounce, you'll go twice as high. Over probably the first 3 or 4 hours, we unlock a lot of different moves.
I was playing through it a little bit, and there seemed like there was a lot of customization, not only in your character as how you look, but is there going to be customization as far as leveling up as an RPG sense?
Yeah, so we've got all the vanity customization, but which we wanted to keep very separate from the gameplay mechanics, so that people could really look and dress how they wanted to dress without being like, oh, I should wear the Robin Hood hat for +3 agility. But we've got a lot of progression in the game. All of our weapons upgrade as you use them. We've got what we call overdrives, which as you're grinding or killing certain enemies, you'll earn badges that you can convert into upgrades that on your character. And then we've got our amp system, which is really our main character upgrade system, which is you can slot in these amps into your character, or each gun can have an amp slot into it. So like you've got the high fidelity, which shoots records. You could put on an amp that randomly, whenever you kill an enemy, it might turn him into an explosive teddy bear and he'll drop to the ground and explode. Or you might attach a freeze amp to it so that it's freezing guys and halting them in their tracks. And so a lot of mixing and matching, a lot of ways to customize both your character and all your weapons.
Speaking of weapons, Insomniac is known for that. Can you divulge some information as far as the vast majority of weapons we're going to have at our disposal?
Yeah, we've got, I don't know whether we've talked about exact numbers, but it certainly is near or above the largest Ratchet and Clank arsenal. So there's a lot of different weapons out there. The crazy weapons I actually wanted to avoid in the game, but you can't do it. You can't make an Insomniac game without crazy weapons.
What did you guys want to do with this story?
We wanted to tell a much more uplifting story. A lot of us have been working on the Resistance franchise for a long time. And to go along with this colorful world, we knew we wanted to make a post-apocalyptic game, but we wanted this to be the awesome apocalypse. We wanted this to be, rather than, usually the apocalypse is when everything goes terrible and everything is awful for everyone. We wanted this to be the opportunity for someone who's like not having a great life before the apocalypse to sort of have this transformation and actually flourish and become who they really are.
Can you talk a little bit more about the details of the story, like who you're playing as and the basis of where you're at? And all?
Yeah, so you're playing in this fictional city called Sunset City, and this company Fizzco, which basically owns the city, is rolling out their energy drink Overcharge, and everyone is at the pre-release party having a great time, except for you, because you're working your crap job having to clean up at the party, which turns out to be a good thing, because they kind of rush the energy drink through focus testing or through FDA testing, and it turns out it turns everyone into mutants. And so all of a sudden you're in this big walled off city that Fizzco walls off as you're holed up in your apartment for a couple of weeks. They are trying to cover it up, and basically you're going around trying to find other survivor groups and expose the lies of Fizzco.
So what's something that you think makes Sunset Overdrive unique and compared to other open world games?
I think probably the biggest thing is our combination of traversal and shooting. I think we have a very different take on shooting. I think people are used to, frankly, used to fighting on the ground and taking cover. And we really wanted Sunset Overdrive to be all about velocity and aggression, and rather than hiding behind cover, being out there and playing on the edge of their abilities. And that's where our style meter comes in. So the more you're traversing, the more combos you're able to put together, the more you're killing while traversing, your style meter goes up. And that's what actually activates the amp upgrades on your character and weapons. So if you're just running around the ground, you're not getting the benefit of your character upgrades. You actually have to be playing stylishly and playing very aggressively to get those upgrades.
What made you guys decide to go with the more traversal, aggressive route as far as the gun gameplay rather than the usual cover system?
I think we're just looking for something different. Again, we wanted this to be the awesome apocalypse. We were talking a lot early on in development about the rock and roll end times, and what would Iggy Pop do if the world ended and that kind of thing. And the answer is he'd probably be dead in 3 days, but it would be this glorious 3 days.
Yeah.
And so. It really started out with just those sort of adjectives and adverbs and talking to the team, and the gameplay actually started very differently. It started kind of slow and plodding, a lot like shooters out there, and people all of us kept going like, this doesn't feel aggressive, this doesn't feel rock and roll, this doesn't feel like what Iggy Pop would do, and so it's just a lot of iteration and a lot of the development team suggesting different ideas for this would feel aggressive, this would feel rock and roll.
What's something that when you play this game makes it unique for you?
I think one of the most unique things is its sense of humor and its sense of fun. I think that we're in an era of video games where video games take themselves very, very seriously. And I think there are some great games out there that do a great job of taking themselves very seriously. But we used to, Marcus and I, the last few years, we'd go to E3 and we'd be like, God damn, I wish that Sunset Overdrive was here because it would be so different from all the gray colors that everyone else is showing. And I think even at this E3, it's just so rare to see color. It's so rare for a video game to acknowledge that video games exist for us to have fun, and I think that they can have deeper, I think we have a meaningful story, but they can have take on more serious topics. I would like to see video games return more to that.